Alright then, okay, we are here. A while back I had uploaded a video, but I forgot about turning on the mic boost, and I really feel awkward about it because this is the new headset which I will be using for this video and the future videos, and it was really stupid of me not to turn on the mic boost, really, cause wow, I mean the entire reason I got this headset was this audio issue. It always made me feel somehow inferior because you are aware of the low quality of your own content. Of course, first time you apply for any kind of blog post, first time you put a guest post out there, or put a podcast, or record a video, maybe stream some form of content, or create your first shorts video. Well, the first time is always exciting, but eventually you become self-aware. You become aware of your own appearances, the background objects, and how you sound in the video, and what kind of musical or sound effect choices or editorial choices you're making. So you become super aware about each one of those things. And yeah, I was not particularly proud of having to just face this truth that the entire stream was dedicated to celebrating this new headgear and discussing voice issues and audio quality issues, and I forgot about turning on the mic boost. Okay, so that was super silly of me. So last night, I guess, yeah, it was last night, I was on Reddit and saw this comment on one of the YouTube communities, and yeah, the creator was like, the creator tried to record a video gameplay, and it was for 2 hours, and they thought that the record button is like, they click the record button and it's being recorded, but in actuality, as you can guess, no, it was not being recorded, and they wanted to record the video, the gameplay walkthrough, for a series. Okay, and they now, the first expressions are very difficult to recreate. If you have already watched something and then you create reaction videos, or then you try to provide original commentary for the content, then it's very easily detectable. Anybody can just observe it, and they will figure it out that you have already watched the content, and all these reactions and commentary that you're making, you're faking those things. So this was also an issue for the fellow creator. So yeah, they asked for the advice. The advice was of the type, how they are not feeling positive enough. They feel extremely disappointed in themselves and the way they failed to record the stream. And what can they do now? For like, if they want to restart, okay, start from the scratch and re-upload, resume the streaming schedule, and help the viewers with the gameplay and walkthrough, again continue the plan of creating a series. So what can they do about it? So this thing that you see now here is the comment that I made for them. This comment is kind of a note to myself as well. So yep, happens with everyone. That's the first part here. So a lot of times individuals see the final product, whether it's like YouTube, or maybe it's a blog post. You see the final product. It's very easy to look at somebody's numbers of like subscribers and follows and user engagement metrics. You don't know how much effort was behind all those things. So yeah, it happens with everyone. Stream can fail for anybody, no matter how big or small you are. A single mistake, now in this case it was like forgetting to record the stream, that was the mistake. It happens. Internet connection, hardware issues can betray the streamers and content creators in like most important components, most important moments in those game collaborations, video game discussions, some kind of online interview session. Maybe you are giving some presentation. In those sessions, these internet disruptions, hardware disruptions can betray you. Those are some real risks out there. In fact, you can enlist all those risks like this. Okay, so Windows update notifications can pop up out of nowhere, antivirus prompts can happen, internet issues, and encoder and decoder issues. This is important for the streaming also, because sometimes you have like completed the stream and you go back and check out what is the stream quality, and you notice these artifacts, this square like pixelations in your video, and many other concepts. So right now the software I'm using is OBS Studio, of course, an open source streaming software. You should definitely try it out. You will learn a lot about it. And one of the things that you can enable for this user interface of the software is the stats window. So in the stats window you can see the bit rates and the frame rates, and you get quick numbers, okay, that you can detect that some frames are being lost. If a lot of frames are being lost, it means your video will appear like stuck. Okay, in one frame you are like this, and quickly in other frame you are like that. So you want all the frames to be properly captured and processed. So that's why the stats window is important. If you want to see this window, probably here. Okay, alright, so this is the window, and right here, this window above me, which is with those green letters LIVE, live, those are the stats in that window, bitrate and frame rate stuff. So streamers have to monitor these things as well, audio and then frame rate and other concepts. All of these things get easily jeopardized, they easily get damaged because of poor internet connection and somehow these Windows update notifications. Now those notifications are not bad, but yes, timing matters. They can make guest appearance midstream. This is what I written here, that this notification, browser antivirus, Windows update notification, can make get guest appearances midstream. So I forgot to enable mic boost. I already said that in the beginning of this stream, and yeah, I check it after the stream was over, and you could only barely listen it if your voice level was like 100% volume level, a speaker's volume, that is. So dear me, don't forget the mic boost even if it is the end of the world. So it was like the dramatic thing I told to myself. So here's the thing, when these things happen, it's up to you how you want to look at these things, because I am not talking about it like from some superficial self-help point of view. Perspective really matters, because one way of looking at all of this is, oh, is it a sign? Maybe I should just stop streaming, maybe I should just forget all about it, maybe I cannot do this, okay, or maybe the entire plan was not correct enough. So these thought processes, so self-critique, criticizing your own self. Humans have done PhD in this subject. So constantly judging ourselves as if others judging you is not enough. We have this thing in our mind, constantly telling ourselves how we are not enough, how we are not sufficient. Now if you do have those thoughts and then you try to improve your weaknesses, then that's a different story. Then yes, some negative thoughts under specific situations can act as good motivators to make you change, to make you work on yourself, improve something. But in this situation, see, if you think as if you should stop streaming or don't even try, I mean, come on, try it at least once. So it's about perspective, and this is what I have highlighted in this part. Okay, from this point onwards, okay, one of the titles, or at least some phrases in the titles of this stream, is creator motivation. So what's happening here? The experience was disappointing. Okay, was it? Yes, it was disappointing. The fellow creator had forgotten about turning on the record button. I had forgotten about turning on the mic boost. So you can treat this experience, okay, so this part here, you can treat this experience as to grow as a content creator, because see, any kind of growth implies that you are accepting your shortcomings. You are promising yourself that you won't repeat the same mistakes again. So this is one way of looking at the things. But what about the subsequent actions? So this is the next paragraph, this next section is about it. You can create an honest video. You can create an honest video and share your experience with your viewers. Judgment, I mean, is going to be there. No matter what you do, there is at least one person who is going to judge you anyways. So might as well be transparent and honest about things. So you can tell your viewers what is actually going on, and some of them will support you. A lot of them, most likely a lot of individuals, could criticize you, because very easy, it takes nothing, it costs nothing to criticize somebody, especially when you have absolutely no experience of trying those things yourself. And it's not like all these criticisms are pointless. Of course it is kind of unprofessional that you will forget turning on the record button. It's kind of super uncomfortable that you are like, this is me, you created this entire stream to celebrate your new headsets and then you forgot about turning on the mic boost. So yeah, I felt terrible. So anyway, the criticism can have point, but there is this risk. You have to take it to actually figure out who is willing to support you even when you make a mistake. Surprisingly, humans have capability for forgiveness. Don't let some platforms like Twitter and others make you convince you otherwise. Okay, humans are capable of forgiveness, depending on if you deserve forgiveness. So that is also important thing. It was like simple mistake. As a creator, you learn through these mistakes. Like I don't even remember how many videos I have deleted on this channel. Whatever you see right now, it may not be perfect, but let me assure you, the old ones were worse than this. So I have called myself out, yeah, for poor audio quality on multiple occasions. And this Diwali, so Diwali is Indian festival, of course. Diwali, very important festival actually. It lasts longer than a week if you try to think about it. Depends. Okay, if you're in cities, if you work in private sector job, then your vacation, your holiday is going to be affected because of it. But no matter the situation, Diwali is extremely important festival for all people from India, all around the world. And I got my headset in this Diwali, of course, and overconfident about, yeah, I was overconfident. One of the way that, you know, that's the assured way of sabotaging your content, is being super confident, overconfident about what you can do, what you cannot do, what you are like capable of achieving, and what you have already achieved. Because sometimes what happens is, in the beginning you are humble, but then you see success, and because of that successful milestones and achievements and everything, you start underestimating this kind of risks. Okay, you become full of yourself. So I felt embarrassed, and this was the thing here. I will stream for a few minutes to let the subscriber know what happened. So this is one way of going about thing. Thank you for sharing your experience. So I thank the OP that they shared their experience, and I bet many other creators would take the note of checking the stream record setup, making sure to run a trial run. Yeah, before starting this stream, I had a trial run. I made sure that first of all, look, this is not a Wi-Fi internet. Right now I'm using my phone's hotspot, so the internet disruption risks, they are like super high. So I had to do trial runs, and then hitting the record and start your broadcast. Of course, I had to configure the description for the stream, so I used the Grammarly as usual, cause you know, primarily this guy is content creator and blogger. At least this is what I have been writing on the internet for many years now. So anyway, I listened to the opening theme of my favorite show. So this is the coping mechanism. Okay, this is kind of self-care mixed with music. So if you feel bad that you tried streaming, you tried to do something new, tried to experiment with something, and if you feel down, so this was one of the ways I have always cope up with stressful circumstances, and that's opening theme song of my favorite shows from my childhood days. Of course, my cousin, some of my relatives and cousins, they have different preferences. Of course, your family members and friends will have different methods of coping up with stressful circumstances, or like something disappointing happened, something sad has been happening around, and then some individuals prefer solitude, others prefer music. I was preparing like intros of my favorite shows from childhood, kind of horror movies or maybe action games, or in case of one of my relative, they like leave the phone at home and go for a comment. And this is also where we are going to end the stream soon enough. I have suggested this kind of techniques and tools, and those methods might have worked for me when I was in those kind of stressful circumstances. This is not valid for every person. Every person is different. What works for me will not work for you. What works for them will not work for anybody else. So here's the thing. Maybe record a new video. This was like part of the suggestion, or retry recording the gameplay after a few days. So it's see, faking reactions. There's one more gray area in that. When you play the video game for the first game, for the first time, whether you are watching a video or listening to a song for the first time, your reactions are going to be genuine. That much is true. However, humans also are capable of forgetting, and oftentimes when you see something for the first time, you miss out on many details. So second time, rewatching these things or replaying the game or reconducting any kind of discussion second times after a while, after a few days having passed, now that's one way of still having reasonably genuine reactions for your content, whether you are like reaction logger or streamer. Okay, I cannot know what will work best, so this is we are human beings, and the internet is full of individuals who know answers to everything. They have figured out everything. I'm not one of those, as far as I'm concerned. So what works for me may not work for this category creator, and that's why I said that it is up to you to lift yourself. Just to be clear though, when I say that so it is up to you lift yourself, I'm not talking about like serious clinical circumstances or conditions where you must definitely seek out like legally registered and practicing professional in those situations. Here the sentence, okay, so it is up to you to lift yourself and all the best, it's just general statement right there that you will have to figure out a method that works for you when you are in this kind of stressful situations. Now I did receive thank you for this comment, so I believe that the OP did find this comment helpful. There is no way of me knowing okay what they did after reading this comment, but it feels nice to kind of share your experience with others, especially if you have been in the same boat. So this time I remember, okay, I'm looking at the audio mixer right now. It's one of the component of OBS Studio. This is one of the component of OBS Studio. So I'm looking at the audio mixer and I can clearly see, yes, I had turned on mic boost. Yes, I had turned on mic boost. So now after this stream is over, I'm going to listen to my video, and hopefully with or without headset, the volume, the audio, the speech will be still recognizable. Okay, also I had noticed after rewatching one of the stream, I need to seriously reduce the amount of times I use the word okay, perhaps, and alright. So that's going to take a lot of training, scripting, acting, and reenacting efforts. So yeah, that's there. By the way, right now on the screen there are different platforms where you can consider following me. Okay, out of this screen in the beginning, CPU issues, background effects, yeah, depending on how many effects and what is the resolution and frame rate, okay, what kind of quality metrics you are going for your stream, those things can slow down you, those things can affect your stream. What you're seeing right now here are my different social handles, especially, these are handles on Twitter, because no matter how you like it or maybe you dislike it, but Twitter is like the destination for discussions. It really depends on with what kind of people you choose to associate, with whom do you want to interact with, and difference of opinions. There are individuals who do discuss their difference of opinion in civilized manner, and yes, there are again bots and other things you have to keep removing once in a while from your account. Maybe in some future videos I will cover this topic. Because I came to Twitter so late, I was able to remove the bot accounts whenever I detected them. But it's not really true for big YouTubers. So how can you solve the situation? So the hint here is, check out those automation tools out there. Not necessarily automation tools, but more like some websites which allow you to identify the Twitter accounts which are likely to be robots, or otherwise other accounts which I had to manually remove my robots. So maybe those tools might not work for you. There is also this risk that if you end up giving too many permissions to your account to some unfamiliar software or website, your account can get compromised in more than one possible ways. So yeah, be careful before selecting any kind of those services. But if you want a person whose face guy who is here in front of you right now, these are two social handles here. One is for video projects, Akp51v logs. The other one is for blogging and writing, because that's my major thing. Okay, video content is not necessarily my main thing. So blogs and writing is for @Akp51v. If you also have a blog, I mean, if you are interested in writing concepts, then you might like to follow me. Other social links are available. Okay, this is the link I have created to enlist my other social account, but I have not added all the other social media accounts to there yet, so to this web page yet. So yeah, it will take some time. And yeah, channel home, check it out, other videos like this. And then channel's about page has coffee. Oh yeah, if you want to support the channel, you may want to visit the about tab of this channel. Anyway, more info will be in the description. I don't know, I mean, there was a time when I was super excited about including links in the description, but now I reached a point I was like, maybe, okay, instead of spending more time or optimizing the description, maybe I could just create one more video. Okay, spend the same amount of time creating one more video, and instead of every time having to do this thing in the description, I should probably consider creating some kind of template, like some kind of boilerplate content that will be always there at the bottom of the YouTube video description. So that's an idea for you. I hope that you like this content. The Reddit, of course, the account here on Reddit is Akp51v. You may want to check out some of my other comments on my account. And this is it. This is where the stream officially now ends. So it has been late at night again, but this time mic boost is on, so I'm happy about it. Good night, sweet dreams. I don't know when you're watching this, so I shouldn't have actually said that. Wow, I'm stupid. Nice. Anyway, I hope you found this video, keeping all jokes and references aside, I hope you find this video interesting, educational in some capacity, and inspirational, motivational. I hope you will avoid streaming mistakes. Always remember mic boost. Okay, check your audio without this. Okay, listen to your voice on a phone with and without simple earphones, because when you're wearing these two guys here, some kind of headset, the audio will be always amplified. Okay, so you need to figure these things out. And also, subtitle creation took like 1 day for the last stream, so I don't know how long will, this is also 20 minutes long stream now, so let's see, maybe within the next 24 hours or so there will be subtitles for this video. So I hope